Hey, how you doing? Well, I've been looking through my, as I usually do, I've been looking through my comments, and they vary from uh, very tolerant to intolerant to funny to serious, and it's all there. But this particular comment, I had to, I feel I have to read it out to you. So what's the problem with the comments? The problem with the comments is, first and foremost, if they're nasty, then they get deleted. Okay? So now some people are very good at making a comment, which is actually underneath it is nasty, but they begin with say a compliment. Oh well, in Terence and Beth, I love what you do, and then they slide into the nasty part, and that's not just something that disagrees with what we think is so, because all of our videos are in a way are statements of how we view life. So everybody is free to say, no, that's not how I see it, but the way that we think it should go is that if it was a normal conversation with someone who or think of it for yourself, if you had invited someone into your home, as we have, we invite you into our home, we invite you into our life, and then share with just the everyday things. And if you invited someone in and they were actually nasty, you wouldn't throw them out, or maybe you would, but probably you just wouldn't invite them in again. Okay, and that's how we feel. But there are people who can offer a criticism, say, I think you should do this. In fact, on my recent video where I talked about God, I talked about dispelling some of the rumors and inaccuracies about how I'd always believed in God, and there were various people who said, yes, well, in the beginning, before he met Beth, he was an atheist. Never in my life have I been an atheist. It just isn't something that I can get close to even understanding, because it seems so obvious to me that there is spirit, there is a soul, there is a God, there is a creator. So we don't really need to go into that. But one person said, just trying to help, but the title for this video is wrong. So think of it, if you were fielding that comment, what comes next? Well, who would be the judge of what is right? And then if somebody else said, no, that's wrong. You see where that's going? Well, so that brings me to my feeling on comments generally. Comments generally should be offered as an opinion. We offer our life as an opinion, as this is how we live our life, and this is what we believe is a good way to live. Is it right? Well, I've said on many occasions, we often see comments where the person who is viewing, a subscriber, and usually a long-time subscriber, I just read one today, it said, you know, when I can retire, I would like to be doing what Terence and Beth are doing. Now, so obviously they agree very much in what we do. Then there are others who absolutely hate what we do, and that's their opinion too. So it's all in how you look at it. And anybody can be open to discussion as long as it's not nasty. So how do you achieve that? Well, I think that possibly the best thing to do for everyone is to be polite, is to at least be civil. Let's not, I can say to someone, I really don't think that you are doing the right thing there. Or I can say, you're a son of a bitch. The son of the bitch, it actually stops the conversation right there, doesn't it? So my thought on it is that things should be offered as an opinion. Now, in absolute contrast to that idea, this is a comment that I got today, and it's addressed, of course, to Alfred. I've got to say that Alfred, as I've said before, there's something about Alfred that generates either I hate you or I love you, or I'm interested in what you're doing, or why don't you go away and leave everybody alone. And he seems to be a controversial kind of figure, and everybody in one way or another is interested, even if it's only to bash him. But listen to this one. Alfred, it is too late for all that now. Now, this has been in response. What inspired this piece that I'm going to read was that he was seen giving a young girl a hug. Now, he chose to do this. This shows all the evil intent of Alfred. He chose to do this at the congregation of the church that he has gone to, and taken this young girl along with her friends, and he gives them a ride into the church and then takes them home afterwards. And he supports this particular young woman. He supports her financially when he can, and he does that, I feel, to help. So there's no romantic inclination or hope. In fact, he has a girlfriend right now that we are hopeful will turn out to be the right one. But anyway, that's what she's saying. It's too late for all that now. Alfred, it is too late for all that now. You need you need a hearing aid, go to the dentist and get your leg fixed. Now, I'm not quite sure whether he was supposed to get his leg fixed at the dentist or not. So I suppose she should have said, go to the dentist and get your teeth fixed and then get your leg fixed. It is all about you. You are too old to be looking for a young woman. You have a big list of what you want, but where is love? I think you should contact your children. Perhaps they have children, so you can be a grandfather. So is all that true? Well, probably he should go to the dentist, because he'd look better when he smiles if there's some teeth along there. You know, it's nice to see a little bit of white along there when you open your mouth and smile. And he probably is waiting to get his leg fixed. I think he has problems either with his knees or with a hip, which people get at his age. And I don't say that from any altitude, because I'm already 82 myself. In fact, I'm actually quite a bit older than Alfred. What else should he do? Get your leg fixed. It's all about you. You know, most of us concentrate on us. So it's that old thing, isn't it? Well, in conversation, two people in conversation, and one finally says, well, enough about me. What do you think of me? So we're all guilty of this. I actually read once that the ego as a mechanism for keeping us safe and secure and in our comfort zone, we'll remember every single thing that we do for someone else, but probably only half of what they do for us. Hence the victim syndrome. So we're all kind of guilty of this, that whatever happens to us is of great importance. Whatever we can happen to others is really not so interesting. When I went to Australia, and lived there for almost 6 months. I actually loved Australia, and if circumstances had been different, I would have loved to have stayed. But the Australian government are very clever, not so clever in the way they're treating their people now, but back then when I went, if you wanted to stay, unlike America or the UK, if you went to the government, which I did, along with the manager of the company that I was working with, and I asked to stay, and the manager said, I'm the manager of Brian Burke Ford, and we really would like